Hello paper crafters, I have a new video for you. Several of you have asked if I would please cut what I'm referring to as the Victorian Marianne design creatable cutting and embossing dies, because you wanted to see what they come out looking like when they're done. And this has taken me a while. I apologize. I have just been very busy, and these videos do take me a lot of time. I have to do many takes to get it even somewhat what I like, and even at the end I don't like the outcome, but I try hard. And so bear with me if I'm a little slow, and also please email me if there's some dies you've seen from Holland and you're looking for them, because I might have them in stock and I just haven't had a chance to make a video yet. And I have noticed if I just put numbers up, I rarely sell them on the blog. People want to see the video. But please, if you're keeping abreast of that, email me and I will let you know if I have them, or I'll let you know when they're coming in. So this is a set of 4 dies. I discount each individual die from the suggested retail price, and then if you buy 4 I give you a little bit more off, so it helps to buy the whole collection. If some of these dies have already sold out because I did have them on my blog listed, no pictures, and quite a few of you bought these. So if you're interested and you have to have these right away, order them quickly. But don't worry, last I checked my supplier still had them in stock. That changes daily too, but again, I can always get them at a later date too, so I don't think these will be retiring for a while. This first die is LR0139. And she's the Victorian silhouette lady, and this die creates these cutouts. Now there are 2 cutouts here, and I did that purposely. One is embossed and one just is a plain cut, and I do not think you have to emboss this die. I think it's actually a useless step. There's nothing here to be embossed. It's a straight cut. And if anything, you pick up the little hole, because she's now finally, yay, Marianne has put holes in her dies so we can poke out those stray pieces of paper, and also a few holes in the heart of the die, so to speak, to help release that. And I don't know if you can see it, but it's over by where her shoulder would be. There's a little dot there if you emboss it. I don't like that effect, so there's really no need to. Why do an extra step? So that's the first one. The next one is LR0140. And I know these dies, one's dark blue, light blue, that's the way they came to me. I think Marianne is switching over to the light blue, which is kind of nice because the paper contrasts more in that, makes it easier to see your little pieces of paper. But if anyone knows the reason, please email my blog and enlighten all of us. I'm not sure why she switched the color. Now, once again, for this die, I did make 2 for you to compare to see if you can tell the difference. One is embossed and one is just cut. And again, in my opinion, don't bother embossing. It's an extra step that creates that extra dot. And this was a really good die to show you how this is what we're used to with the Marianne dies. And I know many of you have not bought her dies anymore because these little pieces of paper get stuck in the die. And we've used wax paper and we've picked them out with pins, and we love her dies, so we work with that fiddliness. But finally she's changing over the newer ones so that they have on the back all these little dots, and you just simply kind of, let's see if I can do this. Let me pan out here a little bit. There. You can kind of see what I'm doing now. Let me do the lighting. And if you look, you can kind of take your needle. I usually use the other end of a needle. That dot's too small. And you just can poke those right out. And that will release all those little fiddly pieces of paper, and you don't have to worry about that anymore, because that was a concern, was one of my concerns. I love the butterfly dies, but I find myself, I won't use them as much because of that, pulling out every single one of those pieces of paper. Okay, the next die is LR0137, and that is a little bird on a branch. Cute little die. And again, I think of the birds as the Victorian era. Lots of, my dad sold many a Victorian postcard with a bird on it. And I just did this one for you in plain brown. And let me telescope up so you can see the details of that. And this one is a cutting and embossing. You have to cut it and emboss it to get the details that the embossing will bring out. So this one you would want. There's no holes in this one because it pops out on its own very easily with the holes that were already in the die. So you don't have to worry about that. Bring the light up. And let's see if I can get that for you. Kind of showing the details. And on the leaves too, there's some little details there. Oh, my camera is not wanting to cooperate today. I wonder what's wrong with it. There we go. That's a little bit better, I guess. Alright. Let me pan out, see if that helps. Shows the detail. There. Alrighty. The next die, last one, is LR0138, and that's another bird one. This bird's a little bit bigger, and this bird, I wanted to show you some contrast here. And with this bird, I decided to show you what would happen if you cut out the two different colors. And what I did is, just like the other one where it was brown, I cut out a brown and a green, and then I simply cut the brown of the bird off and put that on top of the green. And that creates, I love paper piecing, so I will do that all the time. The more detailed, the more fiddly it is, the more I like it. So I really like that effect, and you can see in the leaves, the branches and the bird, the feather. And if I were to do this on a card, I'd even take it further. I'd make that feather like a little lighter, and maybe the branch brown and the leaves green. Sometimes you can overwork it and that might not work. It might just look better green, but I play with it and I cut and I paste. And several of you have asked what kind of glue I used for my paper piecing, and I've always used the same one. I was taught many years ago actually by I also sell some quick cuts things. I've been selling them for years, and years ago I went to a demonstration and they gave me a zig pen with the two-way glue and taught me tricks and tips with that, and that is what I use. I also use the small dots, the adhesive dots, the very tiniest ones you can get. I use those a lot too. And for bigger things, I use my ATG gun. I use that for everything. You can't beat that for covering big surfaces. So I hope you enjoyed today's video. Please visit my blog for pricing, and also my email will appear in throughout this video. Please email me if you have any questions. I hope you enjoyed the video. I hope you have a wonderful day. Thanks for watching. Take care. Bye-bye.